Hi guys, this is Mrs. Champion and I'm the GYSO concertino conductor, and I'm here with a few tips for you on how to be successful in your GYSO audition. Most of my tips will be for students who are auditioning for concertino orchestra or harmonia orchestra. My first tip is to always find a good recording of the piece that you are learning an excerpt from. Make sure you get the professional education version of the recording and not just anything on YouTube, so that you really get a good sense of what the style of the piece is and the tempo and the dynamics, the articulation that you're supposed to be playing. A really good website for this is to go to peppermusic.com. The style that you must perform Bach or Pachelbel's canon is very, very different than the style that you should play Kurt Mosier's Blue Rhythmico. When you are preparing for your audition, it's much better to have multiple practices over many, many days and short practice sessions rather than waiting to the last second and trying to cram it all in. So for young players, I suggest 15 to 20 minutes a day of concentrated practice. So this doesn't include unpacking your instrument and tuning and playing scales to warm up and stopping for a snack and that sort of thing. When it comes to making and submitting your video online, make sure you ask your parents or an older sibling for help, because it can be a little bit tricky. But just remember, you should be less nervous to play this audition than you would having to go into a room you've never been in before and play in front of a judge. This way, you're never going to see the judges. So just play your best, make a great video, and turn it in. The second part of the audition for concertino and harmonia students will be sight reading. Sight reading can be a little daunting, but here are some tips to help you get through it. First of all, it is possible to practice sight reading. You can ask your private teacher to help you sight read, or you can find websites like Smart Music, Sight Reading Factory, or even Tone Savvy that'll help you brush up on your notes. When you are sight reading, make sure you use all of the given time to study the excerpt before you start performing. When you look at the excerpt, make sure that you look carefully at the key signature and you think about every finger pattern on all 4 strings, and that you look at the time signature and you count out any rhythms that you're not sure about. Then look for any tricks. Every sight reading excerpt is going to have an accidental, a shift, a tricky rhythm, something that may trip you up. You need to put a mental post-it note on that spot and make sure that when you sight read the sample that you don't let it trip you up. Remember, sight reading is not supposed to be perfect, but the most important thing is that you play without stopping. Don't go back to correct a mistake. Count the rhythm, keep a steady tempo, and just get through it. No one will sight read perfectly, but the rhythm is the most important thing, so don't stop when you're sight reading. I hope this helps, and I wish you the best of luck with your audition.